It's been hilarious to watch the meltdowns with Marvel Rivals. We've had journos complaining that there are too many different characters in this game for an average person to learn, and we've also seen tons of meltdowns over the way that characters look, that they are all caked up, they've all got a lot of assets, and now Marvel Rivals has silently given male characters bigger butts in a Season 2 patch, and people are freaking out over this. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, a lot of skins in this game have gone viral because the characters are caked up, because they have a lot of assets that they're showing off. There's lots of male characters without shirts showing all of their muscles, and lots of ladies showing cleavage and then having skin tight bodysuits, and all of these things are great. I love seeing kind of the peak of humanity in these video games, right? A whale wouldn't be able to be a comic book character who's slinging around on a web or floating around, flying around using jetpacks, right? That's not going to happen if we're talking at all about any form of like realism. So, therefore, they would be extremely fit and they would be extremely athletic, which is why I like seeing these types of characters in a game like this. And Marvel Rivals has caused quite a stir because a lot of the ladies are in skin tight bodysuits and they show a lot of cleavage, and there's a lot of male characters who are showing their muscles and not wearing shirts. But now we've actually found out that they've given the male characters bigger butts in the Season 2 patch, and there are a lot of people who are upset over this. Now, I'm personally not going to shed a tear because I am a lady gamer, and I think that it is perfectly fine for there to be equality in this game, for there to be females with big butts, males with big butts. But the male characters already looked fantastic. They look masculine. They look hunky. They look good. Same with the female characters. They look sexy and they look feminine and they just look like something you would see out of a comic book, which is ultimately what we haven't been getting from the MCU or really Marvel in general for many, many years. But there are a lot of reactions to this now. So here is one of the posts. Marvel Rivals silently gave male characters bigger butts in the Season 2 patch. And there are a lot of gamers here who are saying, hey, you know what? That's fine. Give the ladies something to look at. Good. Slut them out. This is absolutely fantastic. But then there are people who are taking this a little bit too seriously. LOL, who asked for this? This person's getting ratioed. Only 114 likes to 281 comments. Me, I did. Didn't ask for it, but we needed it. America. So people would stop complaining about the females' butts being so big. A lot of women and a lot of gay guys. And I think that this is a perfectly fine change to make because, yes, the female characters are extremely sexy and they've got a lot of good assets about them. I think that it's fine that they enhance the male characters a little bit too. And I don't think a lot of male gamers are going to be so bothered by this. Like, oh my gosh, this male character became a little bit more eye candy-ish for the women. No, only the feminists complain about things like that, not real gamers. I'm sure that there are going to be quite a few feminists who are still going to be angry saying, this isn't the change we wanted. We wanted the female characters toned down, not everybody, brought to these new heights, but we know journos are extremely inconsistent in their stances. So while they were complaining about the females being overly sexualized, I bet that they are going to be praising this change with the male characters. And some of them already are because we actually have the gamer talking about it. Don't worry, Marvel Rivals has given the men's behinds a buff too. Oh, they love it then when it's something they want to look at. Here's another comment. They love sexualizing their characters for some reason, tuned out of the game because of it, and that's perfectly fine if you don't like the way these characters look, but L plus ratio plus maidenless plus tarnished. Absolutely nobody cares. Cry about it, your loss. Another post saying, is this game really for fun, or do people just use it to goon? This has been an ongoing narrative with Marvel Rivals. Oh, only gooners play this game. Why are they goonerifying these characters? They're just developers who are making their characters look appealing. That is a big part of marketing a game. Look at something like Concord. Okay, let's put aside the shitty map design and the awful and bland character abilities. Let's just look at the designs for a second, okay? They were god awful, and people roasted them and wrecked them and pointed and laughed at them for months leading up to release. Now, I'm not saying good character designs could have saved that shit show, but ultimately, if they had better looking characters, they could have marketed the game easier, and people might have actually been able to keep it alive for longer than what, 11 or 12 days that it was actually on the market. That is insanity. So, yes, this game is making hundreds of millions to billions of dollars. They have a ton of characters at their disposal, and they just want them to look good. They want them to look cool, and they understand that cool skins equals money. One thing I really love about Marvel Rivals is that it's not pay to win. You don't have to dump a lot of funds into it to unlock all of the characters. It's not like you only get 2 or 3 at the start and then the other 25 you have to pay to unlock. You don't have to do that. You have so many options, but they're also giving you options for skins so that you can look the way you want. There are female characters who are showing a lot of cleavage and a lot of butt, and it's skin tight suits, but then there are some that are like full blown fur jackets, and they're kind of body type, the hourglass figure that they have isn't highlighted as much. Like, there is a lot of variety in this game, and that does deserve to be praised in a title that is not pay to win. It gives you variety. Like, this is an amazing experience all around. And sure, you can say that, oh, are people just using this game to goon? But clearly, with the millions of people who are playing it and who have already downloaded it, I believe the last time they said was 35 million players, it's not just to goon to. And if you're a male gooner who plays this game, well, lucky for you, it's not just the men's butts that were enhanced, but we also got some female butt enhancements in this patch, because here we've got Magic and we've got Psylocke. Those are definitely some very interesting images to look upon. I'm sure we're going to see feminists raging about this, but there are so many people saying, I never knew magic was this caked up, looks comically bad. You can have that opinion, but you're clearly in the minority here. So I just think that this is a very comical situation all around. Why they decided to patch the butts in this game, I have no clue. Maybe they just wanted more people talking about their title, and hey, if that was it, it clearly worked. This one post alone has 3.4 million views, so there are tons of people talking about it. It was trending on social media, and I mean, I actively do play Rivals. I know a lot of other people clearly do as well, so I just wonder if this is actually going to be a positive marketing stunt for them, or if everybody's going to forget about it in just a couple of days. Either way, though, lots of people are discussing this, and now we're finding out that they have caked up the characters even more. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.